Hey, how are you? I hope your day is going good. Mine is really fulfilling. And I'm glad that you stopped by right now. There's no accident, there's no coincidence that you just so happen to be looking at this video right now. My name is Joyce Harrington, by the way. And if you're a woman, I'm so glad that you have taken the time to click on this video. There are so many other things that you could be doing right now. And if you're a woman, I know that there are many things that you could be doing right now. And it makes me think about how sometimes you can enter in with another woman, like have a conversation or a friend group or a coworker or some other woman, and you think you're going to be fulfilled by the conversation or the interaction, only to end up leaving feeling more depleted after you had that interaction with said woman or child or whatever thing that just drained all your energy. This won't be like that. My hope is that by the time you finish looking at this video, whether you are reading it because you have the audio off but the captions are on, or you're actually listening to it in full view. I'm glad that you stopped by because I think as women, we need more opportunities to be replenished, more opportunities to feel alive, more opportunities to connect with other women so that we know that whatever we're going through, we're not alone in that process. And so, again, hello, my name is Joyce Harrington, and I'm glad that we get to meet today. One of the things I do is I speak to women on a regular basis. I even have two adult daughters now, and I find that a lot of the conversations that I have with them are things that I wish I could have with other women. You know, the kinds that you have with your girlfriends. And so this is just us hanging out. Just think that this is a time for you to get to hang out with your girlfriend, Joyce, and we're going to just talk about life. So do what you need to do, have me in the background, and I don't know where you're watching. I have a couple different platforms, but today is my first video in many, many years. I've not done this, but as an act of love to myself, this is something that has been on my heart for a very long time. And I keep making excuse after excuse as to why I have not been speaking, why I haven't recorded anything. And so I'm glad that you get to be a part of this launch. We'll call it a launch because it sounds fancy and people like that word, right? But anyway, so my heart is for women. My heart is for women, and this is something that has been a beautiful burden that I've carried for many years. Having a heart for women just for me means that I identify with the struggles of women. I rejoice with the celebrations that only women can experience. Um, and that I want to embrace the unique experiences of being a woman in today's world, in today's society, no matter where you live. If you're a woman, we have a shared experience. And I don't think it's talked about enough. And on the other side, as soon as that came out of my mouth, the other side was, and it's talked about too much. So it's all kind of craziness that you get to hear on the internets day in and day out. But for me, the first time I heard someone even say that they have a heart for women, I have to say it with my hands like this because I was at a women's group many years ago when I was newly married. And I went to a women's group for the first time. And the lady who was hosting that session, she said that. And I thought that was the strangest thing. She was talking about all the different things that people can do, like uh, couples counseling and working with children. And the way she said this sentence, it stuck with me forever to the point, here I am, what is it, 22 years later, The passion that she had when she said this has stuck with me forever. She said, I have a heart for women. And I thought, why does she have a heart for women? She could be doing so many other things. But at the same time, when she said that, I felt it. And it made me feel like I mattered. It made me feel a little bit more seen. And here I am again, 21, 22 years later. And what's happened in my personal life has brought me to that same conclusion. I have a heart for women. I have a heart for women. And I want women to know how loved they are, how special they are, how unique they are, and that nothing that they're going through is a solo journey. There are many women collectively in the world who are experiencing the exact same thing that you are experiencing right now, whatever that might be. And the fact that you're still watching this video says to me that you're a woman who cares deeply about her personal growth and about who she is. And she knows that there is so much more to who she is and who she can be and who she can be connected to. You're my kind of woman. I love the friendships that I have. I love the women who are in my close circle because they allow me to show up fully. They allow me to show up imperfect. They allow me to show up messy. They allow me to show up fancy. They allow me to show up with my hair slick, with my afro, with my braids, makeup done, makeup not done, all the above. And those are the kinds of people that I want to surround myself with virtually. So, how you doing, girl? I'm glad you are here. And so I wrote a book last year. I wrote a book and it is called A Truth That Whispers Lies. And just like what I'm doing right now, which is an act of love towards myself and towards you, writing the book that I wrote last year was an act of love and something that I kept putting off and kept putting off to the point where I could no longer put it off. And so when I finally wrote it, it just came out of me. I started that book in February of 2025. I started writing it and I was done writing the first draft by May of 2025. So it took me less than 5 months to write a whole novel, more than 70,000 words. And then there was the editing process, which is a whole nother thing. So we won't get into that. But I mention it because we women have so much in us. We have so much passion, and there's so much richness and depth and just like guttural that I want us collectively to begin to start letting that out. Being able to express yourself in the way that feels fulfilling and that it's a part of your actual calling in life, your purpose in life, whatever that is. For me, I've recently discovered that I'm a writer. I've always been a writer. It's always been buried somewhere inside of me, and I've always shut it down. I've always shut it down because it felt like too much. You're doing too much. Anybody ever tell you you're doing too much? Or who do you think you are? And if no one externally is saying that to you, do you ever say that to yourself? Do you ever tell yourself you're doing too much? Do you have a really brilliant idea occasionally? And then the other side of you tells you, girl, you're doing too much. You ain't got to do all of that. Who you think you are? Does that sound familiar at all? It is very familiar to me. And so, like today is February in 2026, and I figured February is a good month. I just came from the dentist. No, not the dentist. I just came from the orthodontist because I had my braces taken off. I only had them for 3.5 weeks. I had braces for 3.5 weeks. They were supposed to be on there for a year, but I didn't like them. I didn't like them. I didn't want them. And so I had them taken out. And so my teeth still have the family gap. It's smaller than it used to be. But you know what? I'm happy because it was causing me more pain and discomfort and ruining my life. That even though that is not the normal experience for someone else and for most people, I knew what would work for me. And I said, I don't care. I don't want this. We women have the ability to change our minds, and you can change your mind too. So here we are in February. I just got my braces off today, and all of a sudden I had the courage to make this video, to reach out to you, to say hi, to say, hey girl, what are you doing to be courageous? What are you doing for you? I don't know where to look on this because it's the first video, so do not comment about why is her eyes all over the place. I'll figure it out after I upload this, but this is raw and it's real and I'm not trying to be perfect. What I'm trying to do is what I'm supposed to do, which is talk to you today. Talk to you about being a woman, a beautiful spiritual creation, a being that has a womb, a being that's soft, a being that's delicate and strong all at the same time, that can do so many things. And so I just wanted to introduce myself, reintroduce myself, say hey to you, introduce you to my book. This is the proof copy. That's what they call it, a proof copy. It's called A Truth That Whispers Lies. It's something I'm extremely proud of. And I'm proud of it and I'm mentioning it because number one is good. It's one of the best books I've ever written because it's the first book I've ever written, but it's also a great read. It is a thriller, it's a mystery, so it's fiction. It's fiction, so it's entertaining. It's set in the city of Fresno, which is in California, the Central Valley, where I live. And it's about the collective struggle of women and how so many of us struggle to keep ourselves small, to conform to an idea, to fit into society, to repress ourselves, to suppress our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts to the point where women get sick. We have autoimmune diseases and so many other things because we keep ourselves bound to try to appeal to the ideas of society or our culture or our family or fill in the blank, work, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. So many of us do that. And you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of trying to fit in. Are you tired of trying to fit in? There's only one of you. There's only one of me. And I'm the one who gets to decide what I'm supposed to do. And I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do because there is a peace that makes you want to exhale. There is a peace that settles so deep within me. It doesn't take away the nerves. It doesn't it doesn't take away the anxiety or the fear. But there's a peace that settles deep within me when I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And that is my desire for every woman. It's why I wrote that book. It's why I'm in the middle of two other books that I'm writing and they'll be released later on this year in 2026. It's why JoyceHarrington.com exists. It's why I created a Substack, which I don't even know how to use that thing yet, but I will figure it out and I'll put this on there so you can find me on there sometime. Not today, sometime soon, because a friend of mine told me about it. friends, friends who believe in you, even acquaintances who believe in you. Because once you start living in your purpose and living in your calling, you will just start meeting people. People will just start introducing you to other people. You'll start figuring out little things that you've always wanted but didn't know how to access it. It just starts coming to you because you're walking in your purpose. And there is no greater feeling. And I wish that for every woman. And so this year, my birthday is in December. So because my birthday is in December, I always do a time away alone by myself. I take some time and I sit with myself and I think about my year. That's one of the benefits of having a year-end birthday is that it's the end of a year calendar. It's the end of a calendar year, but it's also the end of the year of that my time around the moon, right? Or the sun or the earth or whatever that phrase is that people say. So it's the end of the year for me in more ways than one. And so I have an opportunity to really reflect on how that year went. And I'm a believer in God. And so I sit with God and I ask, what am I to be focused on for the upcoming year? And so when I did that in December, this year I went to San Francisco and it was so holly jolly. It was so beautiful. It was like Christmas was painted all over the city I stayed in, Union Square, and it was extremely magical. People were singing on the streets. There were food vendors everywhere. The Macy's was lit up with wreaths and lights, and people were happy. It was amazing. Okay. Well, that's a side note. So I was praying and just trying to figure out what I was supposed to do with my upcoming year, 2026. And what I heard is love. Capital L love. Love with a capital L. So the kind of love that knows no bounds. The kind of love that you know you were born to receive. The kind of love that you know that you are to give. The kind of love that doesn't punish, the kind of love that speaks the truth, the kind of love that enters into your body and it wraps you like a blanket and you feel like you're floating, the kind of love that has a depth that hurts sometimes. That's what I'm studying this year. The kind of love that goes beyond this physical realm. And so I'll end this video by sharing a book that I was led to read for this year as a part of my love study. Not my own book, which is amazing, but this book is called A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. And so this is the book if anyone is interested. But anyways, so I'm going to read a section from this book by Marianne Williamson, and we'll see what you think. Love isn't seen with the physical eyes or heard with physical ears. The physical senses can't perceive it. It's perceived through another kind of vision. Metaphysicians call it the third eye. Esoteric Christians call it the vision of the Holy Spirit, and others call it the higher self. Regardless of what it's called, love requires a different kind of seeing than we're used to, a different kind of knowing or thinking. Love is the intuitive knowledge of our hearts. It's a world beyond that we all secretly long for. An ancient memory of this love haunts all of us all the time and beckons us to return to it. She goes on to say, love isn't material, it's energy. It's the feeling in a room, a situation, a person. Money can't buy it. Sex doesn't guarantee it. It has nothing at all to do with the physical world, but it can be expressed nonetheless. We experience it as kindness, giving, mercy, compassion, peace, joy, acceptance, non-judgment, joining, and intimacy. I love that. I love that so much. And so I just wanted to share that with you today in this first video of many more to come, that this is an act of love. This is an act of love towards myself and towards you. And I hope that you can receive it as such. And so until next time, I'll say goodbye. And you are welcome to find me at joyceharrington.com. I also have a Substack and here on this YouTube channel. And so bye for now.